What if Cortana isn't the bad guy in Halo 6? At the end of Halo 5 Guardians, Cortana is set up as the villain, the bad guy. And I mean, after all, she killed many lives, awakening the Guardians, attacked Fireteam Osiris, and I think Blue Team tries to lock up Chief and encrypt him and threatens the Infinity, as well as wiping out Earth and perhaps many other planets and colonies. Well, it makes sense to assume Cortana is the bad guy or girl in Halo 6, but what if she isn't? What if we got it all wrong? So today we're gonna entertain the idea that Cortana is the good guy, or at the very least, not the main antagonist in the next Halo game. So let's get into it. So before we start the video, I wanted to do a quick PSA. Hurricane Harvey was a Category 4 tropical storm that hit Houston and many other cities this week, but mostly the coast of Texas got it really bad, and I actually didn't live far from this impact, so it feels much more real than maybe seeing it on TV across from the world. Now, this is a massive destructive event. They're calling it a catastrophic event, which makes sense because the whole damn city is flooded. Thousands are stranded, a dozen people have died, children, infants, and elderly are fighting through waters up to their necks and waist, billions and billions of dollars of damage, and 911 is actually overfilled last time I checked, so they can really get all the help that they can get. So I'm just quickly saying, if you can donate any blankets, send any food, or send money, the people of Houston are really depending on us that are in a better situation because they really got screwed over. So prayers to them. If you can help out at all, then anything would be appreciated, I'm sure, of the people that have been affected. So let's get into the video. Cortana is a beloved character to millions of Halo fans and has been for a very long time, and it would be a bit bizarre and heartbreaking to see Master Chief and Cortana fight in a Halo game. Although this wouldn't be the first time 343 Industries changed the formula with a big plot twist, nor the first time I've humored the concept being executed in the next Halo game, let's just pretend 343 Industries isn't going to go this route. And by the way, it's still a complete possibility that Cortana is a bad guy or isn't. So let's just speculate. Assuming Cortana isn't the main threat in Halo 6, who will be the antagonist? Who will be the person or thing antagonizing the good main characters? Well, starting off with the most likely down to the least likely, we start with Warden Eternal. Acting as a guard dog for Cortana and the Created, he many times in Halo 5 disobeyed her and attacked Master Chief as well as Fireteam Osiris. Warden makes it possible for Team Cortana to attack Chief, which is something that Cortana probably consciously wanted to do herself. Secondly, the most other likely enemy is the Banished. Atriox is a worthy foe to Chief, and if he joins Cortana, that may mean big trouble for the galaxy. It also means that he's whitelisted from Cortana and he can do whatever he wants. If the Banished surrendered to Cortana, they would likely obtain limitless supplies, much like the Ungoi, whom also surrendered to Cortana. And perhaps even ships and weapons will be gifted from Cortana to the Banished to assist the Guardians policing the galaxy and all the systems. Thirdly, the least likely but still very possible, and the worst situation imaginable, by the way, is a new Gravemind or Proto-Gravemind. It's very likely that evil Cortana has been subconsciously infected by the Gravemind from Halo 2 with thoughts of doom and destruction, and of course, things that serve the Gravemind. And with the Flood returning in Halo Wars 2 DLC, it's possible a new Gravemind will form and use Cortana to his will, making Cortana not the direct enemy, but actually simply a puppet and a slave to the Flood and Gravemind in Halo 6. So now that we talked about possible enemies, let's talk about how evil Cortana may not be so evil in Halo 6 and perhaps be an ally, a good guy if you will. Throughout Halo 3 we saw factions change and flip, and it's a very likely possibility that the good guys and bad guys will have changed by the end of Halo 6. Perhaps in the beginning of the game, the good guys will set out to stop the Guardians and the Created, but then suddenly the galaxy is infected by the Flood on a mass scale, and instead of Cortana needing to be stopped, she is the only thing that can stop the Flood at this point. Maybe even as an added twist, right when Cortana is stopped, that is when she is most needed to stop the Flood from invading the galaxy once again. Alternately, it would be interesting to see Cortana snap out of her mindset and realize her terrible actions, maybe even in the midst of doing them. Most of the time I refer to this new Cortana that we see in Halo 5 as evil, but perhaps this is completely misleading. After all, evil and good are just perspectives. Just like how Cortana sees something as important and peaceful, others see as a threat and dangerous, the mantle of responsibility and her mission moving forward. We would be foolish to think that Master Chief, Agent Locke, or especially the Arbiter, are guilty-free of terrible crimes and killings and regrets, so why is Cortana seen purely through bad lenses? Ironically, Cortana may be the savior of the galaxy without all these thoughts and perspectives from us fans, and perhaps the mantle of responsibility is greatly needed. After all she is doing is trying to bring peace through unforgiving and authoritarian action, but for the better good, which literally almost all the warriors, Spartans, or factions like the Covenant, UNSC, and so on are guilty of doing. My point here is that nothing is good or bad, and Cortana isn't necessarily, nor any of the bad guys in Halo or anything for that matter, are necessarily bad or good, they're just perspectives really. Although Cortana is propped up to be this threat and villain in Halo 6, perhaps the next Halo game will be less about good versus bad and more about conflicting agendas where both sides want peace, where us fans can understand both sides. So, what do you guys feel about all this? What do you think about Warden Eternal fighting for Cortana against Chief and the others? Or another Gravemind coming into the scene, perhaps puppeting Cortana? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear it all, especially hashtag Halo Club. And if you guys could, remember what I said in the beginning of this video, Hurricane Harbor needs our help. So if you could, please do anything you can to help out those people. If at the very least raise awareness about it, then that would be most appreciated. We got to help each other. All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.